training in 2009. Around that time, I was like 10 years old, around that time. And I started training in my city. The name is Rolim de Moura. It's in the state of Rondônia. It's like on the Amazonas, like far away from everything. And I started training there with my professor Rafael Godoy. He introduced me to Jiu-Jitsu. I started training Jiu-Jitsu like only for fun. I had a couple of friends, two friends that I used to go to school with, and we just used to fight, like playing around in school, and there's, you got talent for fight. Well, you should come to train Jiu-Jitsu with us. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to go train with other guys and all that. And then it was one day I started to go, like I decided to go, and it was great. Like I had a great experience, and just start training. Because on that time my focus was I used to play football, like soccer. And it was like I fell in love with Jiu-Jitsu. It was amazing. I think it was great. It was a great background for me because I started competing as a very young, right? So I did all the color belts, like yellow belt, orange belt. All those levels, I saw Jiu-Jitsu growing up a lot because I started with my professor here, like more basic Jiu-Jitsu, like I want to say old school. But because I was competing, during that time, I saw Jiu-Jitsu going from like the close guard, armbar, triangles to like berimbolos and all those crab ride and all that. It was like great for me, but the thing was kind of a little bit harder because I was like from a small state, like we didn't have almost Jiu-Jitsu at all. So I had to chase the new Jiu-Jitsu, right? So I had to move to São Paulo, and then after that I came to New York. So I started training in New York in 2017. I remember I got in New York was beginning of February in 2017, and it was kind of tough for me, to be honest, because I didn't speak any English at all. So only Portuguese. I didn't know the people. Like I came because a couple of friends invite me, so I didn't know anyone, and was kind of just going to see what happened. And my first 6 months here, I was like, oh, okay, this is the place I want to live for a while, and I want to train with those guys. They treat me super well. And when after 2 years I got more comfortable and confident speaking English, and I started teaching classes and all that, and this was when I got more into know the city better, know the people and the culture of United States, and especially New York. At first was a shock. I realized I had a really bad jiu-jitsu and I realized that I gotta change everything. But it was really nice because I had a bunch of people that was black belt levels that I could compare myself. Oh, I gotta get into that level in jiu-jitsu so I can win all those tournaments. But then after a year, it became a problem because I was training really well, but on the tournament I was not doing that well, and I would start what's going on, right? So I had to find a balance to train well with my training partners and do well on the tournament. That's two different things, okay? Sometimes you can train really well, but when you go to a tournament to show your best, to perform, sometimes me personally, I was thinking too much, oh, I did really well on the during the camp, I trained really well. I was I was beating this guy, that guy, whatever. I was doing well, and when got to the tournament, I was kind of freaked out a little bit. I was kind of too nervous because of the pressure. I couldn't deal really well with that. So what I had to do, I had to change it, a bunch of stuff, my lifestyle, especially, to get there and do my best, because I always did jiu-jitsu to have fun. I always like to do an art for me. I can express myself, show myself with jiu-jitsu, right? And then it becomes more like a work. Oh, I gotta win this, I gotta win that. But I don't have to win anything. I just gotta go there and do my best. I think that was one of the main things I had to change in my life, and that showed me a lot with those training partners, because I had good training partners. But it doesn't matter if you have the best human material like to train, but you gotta have like a tough mindset as well too. I take that as a, like, for me to grow up as a good person, I gotta get my jiu-jitsu better, because I gotta learn. I think, like, I just have the feeling that jiu-jitsu teach me how to be like a better person. If I'm being a better person in life, if I'm happy with myself, happy with what I do, I'm gonna go there and do my best. But sometimes I was like only focusing, oh, I gotta get my jiu-jitsu better, I gotta do this and that with my jiu-jitsu, but I was forgetting about my personal life, like, and be a good person and deal well with problems and all that. And I think that's the most, like, biggest thing. It's like difference. I feel when I'm good with myself, happy with myself, in peace with me, I can do really well in tournaments. And that's like what motivates me, is like I have a feeling that if every time I grow and I'm getting like smarter and like a better person, my jiu-jitsu level up with me. So I have some plans. One day I want to have a gym, like I want to have my students and all that. But right now my plans is I want to win more titles and with no-gi. I want to win like a world's like open class 2, and I want to win gi worlds as well. But plan for more like in 3 years. I want to get into MMA. I want to get the UFC bout. And one day that's like a big goal for me. But it's not the main plan right now. But it's like in 2-3 years I want to get serious into MMA, and after that probably open up my gym and chill a little bit. If you like jiu-jitsu and grappling, check out Roll Live for more content.